Hey guys, welcome to another F1 2020 video here on the Chesnoy Gaming channel. We are at the Chinese Grand Prix this weekend. As you can see here, we've just loaded up and we're at the racetrack now ready to take on the Grand Prix. And rather frustratingly, as I half expected that it would be, mixed race conditions. We will start the race in the dry. It will then rain towards the end and then dry up again as well. So strategy will play a big part in this Chinese Grand Prix. Now, strategy killed us off in the Vietnam Grand Prix at Hanoi. Thank you very much for the 4-month resub there, Ashley. Very much appreciate that as well. Thankfully, it's dry all the way through practice and quali. And we will, like we say, we will start the race in the dry, but it will rain. Now, we're on the controller again today. The next one will be on the wheel at Zandvoort for the Dutch Grand Prix, which I'm very much looking forward to. We have some upgrades on the way, but with regards to progress history, we've leveled off a little bit. We've gone slightly upwards, as you can see there. Haas have caught us up from the Vietnam Grand Prix, and they've leveled off. We've slightly improved a bit. Zachary Brazier as well with the subscription. Thank you, my man. Saw coming in now at the beginning of the stream. Mercedes have taken a big jump look on the way into the Chinese Grand Prix, so we'd expect them to be dominant again, but Ferrari have jumped Red Bull. And Racing Point have caught up with Mercedes as well. We're still very much in that section of 3, really, with Alfa Romeo just above ourselves. And AlphaTauri, to be fair. It's 4, isn't it? AlphaTauri and Alfa Romeo just above us, with then ourselves, and we're slightly above Haas. So we're aiming to beat Kevin Magnussen this weekend, but we're going to jump straight into the practice program. Do drop the video a like if you enjoy. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further content. Link in the description to the Twitch channel so you can watch these live if you want to watch them in their entirety, or by all means continue to watch them here on the YouTube channel in their edited highlight form. But I'm going to direct my attention now back to the Twitch stream. So I shall drop a cut here and I'll show you how we get on in practice and qualifying, and then we shall, of course, have highlights of the race. But for now, enjoy. All right, lads. And we're back. 100 bits from Mr. Freckles as well. Still great content. Love being selfed for technically 11 months. Appreciate it, dude. Thank you, mate. Thank you for the follows as well. Liam, Zachary. Oh, no, Zachary was the subscription, wasn't it? Liam, Angel, Azim, Josh. Thank you for the follows as well, guys. Just switching from Twitch to YouTube just like that is somewhat entertaining. It's just part and parcel of what you have to do when this is your line of work. Now you guys will notice that the title of the stream is slightly different, and that we've got an extra command in the chat as well. Now, as ever, the commands are on a 2-minute cooldown, so once I use it here, you won't be able to use it for the next 2 minutes. But there is a new command. Today's stream is sponsored by NCS, and we will a little bit later on be delving into that a little bit more in more detail to give you a quick rundown of who NCS are and what they do, but we'll do that perhaps between qualifying and the race. But for now, we're going to crack on and get going with these practice programs. I mean, I love using the wheel, Murat, but it's absolutely not necessary to play the F1 game. This is my first year using a wheel. The previous 20 I've used a controller, and I'm still using a controller for a number of races, as you guys can see. Right, we'll retire from session, and we'll see how many resource points we get from that. It was about 500. I probably could have glanced and looked at the bottom, but it was about 500, I think. And there you go. We're up to 1,268 resource points now, and the team continues to get extra acclaim. I'm getting extra acclaim as well, as is Juan Manuel Correa, who will continue to improve, hopefully, as a driver. We can train him, of course, via all of the various different options we have available to us. Not going to spend any of those resource points yet. We shall wait until after this Grand Prix weekend, I would imagine. And we are P5 currently. P5. There's my teammate coming out the pits. Hello, mate. Vroom, vroom, go fast. I mean, I'm trying. I'm trying. Well, we apparently here in China have some pace. Although, actually, there's still a number of people that haven't put a lap in. Now, we're still on 100 difficulty, of course, from yesterday. But China, I'm quite quick at, apparently. Not massively fast, but certainly we stand the chance of having a very, very good race. And we've gained significant amount of time there out of the hairpin. I just need to get this corner right. Better than we did last time. And gaining some time again. And we finished Q1 in 10th place, which would be good enough. Would be good enough to send us through to Q3. We are fast in China. 1.36 seconds faster. Thank you for the subscription, AJ. 4 months in a row. Thank you, bro. 13th. We've qualified 13th. That's incredible. That is George Russell-esque at Austria last weekend. That is a wonderful qualifying session for us, considering the state the car is in right now. We haven't changed difficulty setting. We are on 100 difficulty still. We just have some serious pace for the quality of our car here at the track. Although, Grosjean was quick too in his Haas. So evidently we're not going to be that much quicker. Surprised to see the racing points both out. But we will be starting 13th in the race. P13. Right, so qualifying done. A rather remarkable P13. Wonderful. Let's head to the track for the race. Again, though, it is going to start raining about halfway through the Grand Prix. So we are going to be stuck for strategy, really. We can't plan out our entire race because we don't know when the rain's going to come. We know it's going to get progressively worse, but we don't know how bad it's going to get. That's the problem. Starting at 20 degrees C with light cloud, which is great. We can start with the dry tyres. We do have the option to choose which dry tyres we use. I think going soft medium is probably the best way to do it, rather than medium soft, because we're not going to get the benefit of going long on those mediums, because we could switch to the softs and then immediately have to pit again anyway. So we might as well get the initial boost of starting on softs, then switch to mediums, where about 15 laps into that medium stint, we might start to get some raindrops. Oh, it's a tough one because we don't know exactly when the rain's going to come. But we will carry a little bit extra fuel just to make sure that we can use that to our advantage later in the Grand Prix. Yeah, what are your guys' predictions for the... I'm going to go straight with that default strategy there. But what are your guys' predictions for the outcome of the Grand Prix? Scott reckons that we're going to finish P10. He says there's a bold prediction. Last 10 laps rain. You reckon? I mean, the sun's going to come out again at the end of the Grand Prix. Session forecast is that it's going to start cloudy, then get progressively more overcast, and then rain, and then dry up again. We might end the race on inters, or we might end the race in dries, or we may end the race still on full wets. We may not even have to go to full wets. We've no idea at the minute. P11, some of you reckon we'll get points. Some of you reckon we won't get points. We shall have to wait and see. DNF, says Shahir. One thing I can guarantee you with these 100% race distance streams is that we will finish the race, because I will use flashbacks and ensure that I do. Don't really fancy sinking 3 hours of my time into something to then not complete it, to be honest. An audacious 8th, FIFA Boy 18. We shall wait and see. Thank you for the follow, Angry Nate. And JS as well. Welcome to the channel, guys. Right, I think this is the right strategy to go for. Let's take on the Chinese Grand Prix. 5 lights. Oh, it was a quick 5 lights. I'm slow on my launch, but Ocon got a better jump on me. I'm going to have to get out of the throttle here. I've got nobody on the outside of me, thankfully. I'm going to try and hang it around the outside and then have the inside line to turn 2. And that's going to work wonders for us. I'm going to get stuck right behind Norris here. Kvyat is drifting left. Still trying to stay in P13-ish, which is where we qualified. Correa has flown up to 13th. To be honest, I didn't expect the Racing Point to be quite so aggressive there as he was again. Correa's gone from 20th to 13th and he's now ahead of me. There's a yellow flag behind us somewhere. Now in race trim, I don't know as we're going to be as fast as we need to be in the initial part of the Grand Prix. I've still got the Racing Point and Lance Stroll on the outside of me. I am going to nail it round here though. We might have to use the overtake button to our advantage in these early laps and use up some of that fuel. Of course, during the wet part of the race, we will be able to run in lean. Oh, we've got a great run. We've got a great run on our teammate here. I'm going to use my overtake button as well just to power past him. We're up to, well, P13 again, where we started, actually. Well, I mean, that's not bad first lap. That bollard won't last long, will it? Never does. I genuinely think if strategy works for us and we can be fast enough in race trim, that points are a possibility here. And maybe points for both of us. The fact that Correa has shot up, I mean, he might be slower and move backwards after that great start, but hell of a start from Correa to jump up to P13 and now P14 right at the very beginning. I definitely didn't expect him to do that. But Correa is absolutely loving life right now. The two of us are in a double stacked quarter pounder or half pounder even Racing Point sandwich. Perez up front, Lance Stroll at the back, and some Chesnoid Racing meat in the middle. I'm going to use my overtake button to try and get involved here. But we don't have as powerful an engine as the Mercedes in the back of that Racing Point. We do have the same engine as the car in front of him in Ocon's Renault. Right, so DRS will be active from the next lap. Valtteri Bottas sets the fastest lap. He must be leading out in front. That bollard has already gone. At least it wasn't me that knocked it over on this occasion. Well, Correa's gone backwards, look, lads. He's just taken Grosjean again. So he's dropped out to at least 16th, but he's just taken Romain Grosjean and he's back up to P15. Never mind, Grosjean's taken him again. You see top left, that kept flicking, but we're pulling away from Stroll. Oh, please let strategy go for us today. Please let strategy go for us today. We could be scoring our first points of the Chesnoid Racing era if we're able to keep this up for the entirety of the Grand Prix. Definitely within DRS range. Although, frustratingly, Stroll is now closing up on us as he was obviously being held up by Correa. Keep an eye on the clouds. Keep an eye on the clouds throughout the course of this Grand Prix.
At the moment, the car behind us is lapping faster than us by around 1 second per lap.
Alright, leave that out. We are pulling away from Grosjean though in 15th. We are definitely pulling away from Grosjean in 15th. That gap is almost up to 3 seconds now, although he's probably still battling with Correa, I would imagine. Oh, Perez got his back end all out of shape there. Unfortunately, that Mercedes engine is powerful enough to help him recover. Oh, we could have been right at him then. I mean, we are right with him. Manage my rear traction my own, to be fair. Again, the Renault engine not quite fast enough. We're on 100 AI difficulty, Khan. 100 AI difficulty. After a P18 in Vietnam yesterday, this is a welcome change to actually have some pace in the car on a familiar circuit.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums.
I will. You are correct, sir. I am going to pit on 10. You can see now that the clouds are starting to come over and it's certainly a lot less bright than it was when we started the Grand Prix. Notice the weather changed throughout the course as we push further forwards towards that rainy spell that is on its way. Someone's pit. We're in P11. Who's pit? Ricciardo and Sainz have both pit from in front of us, and they've gone on to the mediums. Now, do I switch to the mediums now then? Do I switch to the mediums now on lap 9? Those guys have really significantly undercut. Chat, tell me. Do I undercut on lap 9? I mean, lap 10 would still be an undercut as well, as we're scheduled to come in on lap 11. And I was planning on undercutting at lap 9. Sorry, at lap 10. But do I undercut? Do I go one more and undercut on line? I don't want to run out of medium tyre, though, when the rain arrives. That's the only problem. And everybody in front of us is... Well, not everybody, but a lot.
Losing some tyre grip around now.
A lot of people from in front of us are pitting as well. We nailed that pit entry. We nailed that pit entry. It's a long pit straight here in China. Right, and we're off.
We'll be doing one more stop today. One stop left in our strategy.
That has put us last. But provided we can have a good outlap. And Danny Kvyat is still in front of me, so he's pit from in front of us as well. Right, I'm going to run in rich for a little while. Because when the rain comes, we can switch to lean. Loads of other drivers in the pits there. And Checo is coming out the pits in front of us now. Here is Checo on cold tyres. Do I dive? Shouldn't have, is the answer. But specks of rain on the visor. And visual rain as well. It's raining now. Knew I should have started on the bloody mediums. Could have saved a pit stop. It is now raining. How long it will be until we need to pit for intermediate tyres, I'm not sure. But it is now raining here in China. Right, let's see what these inters are all about then.
Stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving.
There's Latifi on those softs. It's really not going to help him at all, is it? The fact now that he's still circulating on those softs and again hasn't pit for inters. Rain is really coming down now. Being in rich isn't going to help. DRS hasn't been disabled yet though, has it? Did they say about DRS being disabled? Oh, literally, as I'm talking about it, they disabled DRS.
Disabled by the stewards. DRS will be offline.
Couldn't have scripted that, could you? Right, now we'll see what the car is like in wet weather. Our teammate has got a massive jump. Correa going that extra lap longer.
At least another 10 minutes.
Correa going that extra lap longer. Well, Lewis is still on mediums. He's not pit yet. Going that extra lap longer, Correa is in 12th. He didn't pit at all when he was on the softs. He just kept going and switched straight to inters, and he's leapfrogged him above all of us. I knew he should have started on those mediums, but he just couldn't tell. Just couldn't tell. Well, let's see what we can do now.
Inters look like the best tyre for now.
It's not what I asked though, is it? I asked about the weather, not about tyres. Yellow flag behind us.
Caution, caution.
Or in front of us. Yellow flag for someone. Someone's pulled off slowly. It's Danny Kvyat. Danny Kvyat's retiring from the Grand Prix. His engine has gone.
5.1 seconds.
So we lost the place to Giovinazzi, but we have then taken the retiring Danny Kvyat. So just to double check, everybody in front of us should be going on to full wets. They're not. They're going on to another set of inters. Oh no, some have gone on to the wets. So some have pit for inters, some have pit for wets. We've no idea then which is going to be the best strategy call. Are wets going to be faster? Are inters going to be faster? Have we made a mistake? Have they made a mistake? I've genuinely no idea. I mean, call me an idiot, but this gap to Giovinazzi is shrinking quick. Have we made the right pit call? Is it full wet weather? It's full wets, isn't it? It's full wet weather. They've all pit for... A number of them are pit for inters, and they're going to have to pit again. A Ferrari's in the pits at the minute. Presumably pitting for full wets. Oh my god, I can't get the power down at all. But the gap to Perez isn't closing. I've still no idea whether we've made the right call or not. Loads of drivers in the pits right now. They're all going in again. They've pit for another set of inters, and they're going to switch to full wets. We've made the right pit call, and going to make some good positions here.
Our gap to the car in front is 5.8 seconds.
They're all now... Oh my god. Correa went to wets as well, and Correa is in 8th place. This could be a phenomenal weekend for Chesnoid Racing. Daniel's going slowly on his new cold wets. I'm going to try and hang around the outside of the Renault. the traction. We are in the points, lads. We're in the points. We are 10th. I can't see a bloody thing behind Daniel Ricciardo, but we are in 10th. Now, we are still going to be surrounded by... We've made the positions, but the cars around us are still going to be quicker than me. So I do still expect us to drop backwards. We've just had a bit of a jump on a number of others. We're going to have to get the next call when it starts to dry out absolutely right as well. And we could yet have a double point scoring weekend here in China, although I doubt it. But Correa looks great for some points. Oi, oi, oi! Correa looks great for some points. Ricciardo has disappeared down the road, though. Daniel Ricciardo is gone. When it dries... Well, it depends what lap it is when it dries out. That depends what... That will decide what tyres we switch to when we pit. I've still got Albon on my inside, so I can't close the gap too much. He's got Norris right next to him. Oh my god, the back end.
You're in the top 10 now.
I don't like driving in the rain. I don't like driving in the rain. I really got him slow. I'm really goddamn slow. I'm really goddamn slow in the rain. Honestly, I have no idea how this race is going to end. Albon thought about it and has then run out of straight line speed. Norris might get the pair of us. Or neither. I could gamble, but I don't really want to at this point. We've already made so much ground. I don't know as I want to gamble and risk again.
Let's try to keep it that way.
I don't want to lose what we've gained by gambling again. Oh, they're in the pits. Cars are in the pits.
Blue flag.
Blue flag? Bloody Mercedes behind me. What are they pitting to? Seb's gone back to Inters. Seb's gone back to Inters. Correa started 20th, is now 8th. Seb's gone back to Inters. Do I go back to Inters? No, because Lewis has put on another set of Wetzler. Oh my god. Pitting then for intermediates. Killer Socks with this Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you, bro. Thank you very much indeed. We're pitting again then for some intermediates, which will see us plummet down the order. Still 26 laps to go. So if when it dries up, it's going to be tight as to whether we're to go mediums till the end or 2 separate soft stints.
Looks like the weather is going to dry up in about 5 minutes. Not sure whether dries or inters are faster. We're right on the crossover.
Here we go then. We're doing it now. We're boxing for mediums. Nearly hit the back of the Renault as he's going into the pits. Or not going into the pits. This is either the call of our lives or we just ruined our entire race. Thank you for the follow, Jones and Marvin Mernon. 1-0 Saints. Go on, Southampton. Well, I'm gonna manage these mediums. Oh no, Giovinazzi's on mediums. Look. DRS is enabled. DRS enabled. It's dry time. And hey, look, we're right behind Checo. Well, I called it right with lap 34. We just then went a lap too long on the Inters. Science of the pits went an extra lap. And Ricciardo's coming out the pits there. We are about to swoop around the outside of Daniel Ricciardo and take P13 back again.
The car ahead is at risk of being unable to finish. They've been aggressive all race, which should mean they're now low on fuel.
Oh shit, someone in front is low on fuel. Who's that? We're up to P11 as other cars have pit again. Correa must be like P6 now. He's P8 still. P8. He's picked for softs though, so they're gonna go. He's gonna go soft. It says Stroll was P2. Did I miss that? Lance Stroll P2. Oh my god. With 4 stops, timing it perfectly every time, Lance Stroll is P2 and Kimi Räikkönen is P3. Huh? It is always us and Giovinazzi, isn't it? I should have picked him as my rival. Not K-Mag. Australia, myself and Giovinazzi battling it out for 15th. Bahrain, myself and Giovinazzi battling it out for 15th. Vietnam we won't talk about. And China, myself and Giovinazzi fighting it out over position on track, although this time it's for 12th. Got the inside line on me here. Thank you for the 41 bits there, Connor. I'll read that in a moment, my man. He got out of shape there as well. Oh, so have I. Balls. Whoa. Yeah, Alex Albon doesn't seem to have the pace this season so far, does he? Teammate in the pits. Told you you'd have to pit twice for another set of softs. That might cost us our chance of points. That might cost us our chance of points as a team. He's now 11th. Oh man, he must not have had any mediums to go to. We're up to P12 and ahead of our teammate, but what looked like could have been a really promising points finish for Juan Manuel Correa. I mean, to be fair, he's going to have softs on now and he can nail it to the end. So if he can close the gap up, then fair play to him. But he's got a number of cars to overtake now, including 2 McLarens, a Red Bull, an AlphaTauri, his teammate Giovinazzi, and then another 12 seconds to Perez. It's not going to happen, is it? Alright, well, as we start our final lap then, we're 1.4 seconds behind Giovinazzi in front of us. Still got Gasly, Albon, both McLarens and our teammate behind us, although our teammate is still a little way off and hasn't closed the gap yet. We've got a worn engine at 60% wear, so we're not at full BHP. We're not at full power with the engine, but we've basically been sat here behind Giovinazzi, or battling with Giovinazzi, trying to catch him up to pass him again for the past, feels like, 20 laps. Valtteri Bottas wins the first 4 races of the season. Bottas wins the Chinese Grand Prix, as he did the Vietnam Grand Prix, as he did the Bahrain Grand Prix, as he did the Australian Grand Prix.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Yep, well, I've got half a lap to go. And it will be our personal best, our team best, 12th placed finish here in China. It could have been oh so much better if only Correa had had a medium set of tyres to go to after the pit stops for the rain when the weather changed back. He could have stayed perhaps in 8th or 9th place and earned the team some points. Unfortunately, it wasn't to be for him, it wasn't to be for us. But we are showing signs that we are a decent enough proposition in the midfield. We're closing up on those in the midfield, and a P12 is a great result. To have gone from Lance Stroll gets driver of the day, I presume he finished P2 then in the end. Lance Stroll was running P2 with Kimi P3. We'll find out in a moment who's on the podium. Bottas won the race. Lewis was 4th last time we saw and lapped by Bottas. And it looks like there was Lewis's car on the right hand side there and a Ferrari to the left, so it looks like Bottas and not Bottas, like Stroll and Raikkonen got caught. And unfortunately, indeed they did. Lewis 3rd, Seb 2nd, and Valtteri Bottas has won all 4 of the opening races. Valtteri Bottas apparently the only person to get the porridge DLC and is winning every single Grand Prix so far this season. That was the most eventful race of the season so far. Thank you as ever for joining me throughout the course of it. Hopefully you did enjoy. If you're watching on the YouTube channel, do drop the video a like to ensure you don't miss out on any more. The Dutch Grand Prix will be next with the wheel. We'll be back on the wheel. But do drop the video a like if you enjoyed, and make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel and following on the Twitch channel down on the link below to ensure you don't miss out on any further content. Bottas lapped everybody. He literally lapped the entire field. What is on with Valtteri Bottas in this save? Wow. Lance Stroll started 16th, finishes 6th in the end. Kimi started 15th, finishes 7th. Ocon gets points for Renault, as does Daniel Ricciardo. Checo improves to the points. Giovinazzi 18th to 11th is a decent result. 13th to 12th for us is okay. Correa 20th to 17th on the face of it looks like a really good result, but he was 8th. He was running 8th until he had to pit again. Oh, really frustrating. Only one DNF though. Danny Kvyat, the only retirement, and he was there or thereabouts with us, so we might well have finished 13th. Or maybe just ahead of him. We are winning the rivalry now, though, with Kevin Magnussen. We are 9 to 8 ahead of him, and of course headed towards the 30 target. We are so close to acclaim level 4, and the team getting a big boost. A positive weekend for us here. Really, really pleased with that. 123.75 extra $1,000 into the kitty. We didn't actually have any interviews, so unfortunately I couldn't earn anything from the previous or the secondary sponsor. $2.5 million is in our kitty now, so wait and see what we could potentially spend that on. But really pleased with that race, and it was incredibly tight. We've got a press interview coming up. Activity wise, we can do a full funded team event away, plus 30 resource points, minus 20k cash. I'd like to do that to get all of the morale up. That will improve our R&D success rate. Thank you very much for a donation at the end of the stream. Let me just quickly check that. It's a £12 donation from Murray. £12 donation for the 12th place finish. Great race, mate. Enjoyed it. Thank you, Murray. Maybe I should finish 22nd next time. Thank you, bro. So we have some R&D in progress currently. We will get the powertrain boost, well, both the powertrain and the durability boost at the end of April, which is on the way, actually, 26. We'll have that before the Dutch Grand Prix, provided that they pass. And then the rear wing strakes will be at the race after that. But hopefully we can make some improvements then before the Dutch Grand Prix. We will use this ICE for practice, but we'll switch out to a fresh one for qualifying. But we can utilise every other piece of equipment here for the Dutch Grand Prix. We should be able to do that with the MGUH and the MGUK at 52 and 48%, where individually. So we will. I think we unlocked an extra livery, didn't we? Yeah, we've got a new. Oh, that's quite nice actually. With those green, I quite like that. With those green wing mirrors, maybe that could be a livery for us in a latter season. I don't want to change livery midway through a season. I don't feel like that's the most realistic thing to do. But we will change livery season to season. I am, however, now going to use this helmet. I am going to use this helmet now. Very, very, very keen on using that Cosmos helmet. Now, we can change some of the other hues, but because as you can see, it's got a pinky stripe on the left-hand side, just look at it, and a blue stripe on the right. But actually, I'll leave that for now, and maybe you guys can give me some suggestions either in chat or in the comment section of the YouTube video, what sort of colours you'd like on either side of my helmet. We are 9th in the Constructors' Championship, 17th in the Drivers' Championship with our teammate 20th. Season results are great for us so far. Lewis has got 3 second places and a third. Bottas is just blitzing everything. Max with a DNF, but 1 podium outside of that. Ourselves, 15th, 18th, and 12th. So showing improvement. Vietnam was just an outlier. And hopefully we can improve yet further in the Netherlands. We'll advance time and go to this press interview. So I'm intrigued to see what that is. We'll get some extra boost there. It's another interview with Will Buxton. Okay, really intrigued to see what this is then at the end of the episode. I'll boost the audio in the background again if I can in editing.
Here we are in the HQ of our newest Formula One team. We've got an awful lot to talk about, so let's jump straight in.
What we got to say?
Going for the Constructors' Championship this season, or just for points?
Oh, just for points. Going for titles this season is not even close. Planning to get plenty of points. We're lucky there'll be a few podiums. Still a developing team, but we're hoping for plenty of points. We are still a developing team.
Do you see your relationship with your second driver being long-term, or will you be looking for someone else if you're successful?
Thank you for the subscription, CJ Sauce. Welcome to the gang, my man. I'm going to say if they give us good results, the position is safe. If they can develop as fast as the team, then their position is safe. We invest in our staff so long term. I'm going to say if they develop as fast as the team. It is a results-driven business, of course.
Would it be safe to say that in terms of team orders, your career comes first in your team?
We've got to consider what's best for the Drivers' Championship. My chances are better. Absolutely not. There are no team orders. It's my team, so my rules. I'll say absolutely not. Neither of those are what I wanted to say, which was
For your team going into this season.
there are team orders, but it's for who's going to benefit. What are your predictions for your team going into this season? We're still finding our feet. We're hoping to get some points. Should be a solid midfield team. Plenty of points. Hopefully we'll be able to challenge for top 3, maybe a podium. It's got to be the top one. Hoping to get some points.
You've been struggling to get points this season.
Yeah.
What are the key areas of improvement you need to make to the team?
I don't want to say either of those, but I can't no comment. I think we need to attract new drivers. We've been struggling with our power unit. We're not getting the most out of it. That's going to put pressure on Renault and affect our powertrain department, unfortunately.
Thanks so much.
But I didn't have any other choice there. You're welcome. It's great to have Will Buxton in the game, by the way. Fantastic to have Will Buxton in the game. Thank you for the follow, Harry. So, activity-wise, we can fit another 3 or 4 day one in. Again, I don't want to negatively affect the morale of the departments. 100 driver acclaim isn't that important. 500 team acclaim and 30 grand cash will be very much appreciated. So we will advance there. Please pass. Ignition system and gearbox durability have both passed. We will have new parts for the Dutch Grand Prix in the next stream, which will be tomorrow as you guys are watching this live. The video will be soon on the YouTube channel. Morale in the powertrain department is poor, but we have 1,000 parts now, and it's recommending that I do the aero upgrade there, which is front wing gurney flaps. Our aero department is still our weakest area, so I do agree. We shall do that. And then, do we do the chassis one? I don't quite have enough for chassis or any of the other development ones, I don't think. Right, okay, well that's where we'll leave it then with the upgrades. That's where we'll leave it with the upgrades. But in the next stream and in the next YouTube video, we will be at the Dutch Grand Prix. So for those of you on YouTube, thank you very much for watching, guys. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed, of course, and subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss out on more. Obviously, the FIFA content is still daily. That's not going to change, so do ensure that you keep up to date with the Cambridge United RTG as well. And if this is your first F1 video, thank you for joining me. The F1 content is going to continue to come for the foreseeable future. I think so long as it gets the support on the channel, I'll keep pumping it out for you, but we're definitely going to continue to stream it. But for the YouTube video, thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll cut it here. I'll see you next time.